Howdy do. So for today's video, what I'm going to be doing is using OBS and testing out how it works, how my settings are and stuff by using Would You Rather, because in the future, as I've mentioned in the past, maybe you didn't hear it, I want to start using OBS for things like League of Legends, the Jinx videos maybe, or maybe just streaming every now and then, like when something new happens to Jinx that's impactful, be able to stream that, something like that, Minecraft, whatever, kind of just want to be able to use OBS period. It's a really great recording software. So I'm using this video to test out things like settings, lighting, how the camera looks, how my audio is. And we're going to be using this, which if you don't know what Would You Rather is, pretty much it's a free website you can go to. It'll give you two options for two different things, and then you decide which one would you rather do. They're usually both pretty bad. So there's no, yeah, we'll get into an example for, you know. Would you rather be covered in feathers or be covered in fur? Now, as a guy, I have what's called body hair, and that stuff is kind of more like fur than feathers. So if I go with the fur option, I'll be even more warm in the winter time, even if I don't have a winter jacket or something like that. I can just get caught out in the snowstorm at random. But also, I don't know if fur falls off as much as feathers do. I'm assuming everything that has hair sheds in some way, but I'm gonna go with the fur. That seems, yeah, that's about right. And then afterwards, when you pick a result, you see how much people agreed or disagreed with you. So, would you rather skydive or bungee jump? Now, I've never actually done either one of these. I've heard that bungee jumping can be more fun, but then I've also seen all those YouTube videos about people who will bungee jump, and as a prank, their friend will like throw them like what looks like a broke rope next to them and just freak them the heck out. Skydiving, meanwhile, I feel like it's more in your control. Like, you might have been putting yourself in like a scary situation, but you did it to yourself. So for me, if I did this to myself, which one would I rather, and which one has the least likely chance of giving me a heart attack, getting pranked? I'm probably gonna go skydiving, but I heard it's really hard to breathe when you're skydiving too. But I wear a mask, and hard breathing is not something that's new to me at all. I'm gonna skydive. Yeah, there we go. So again, as we go on with this video, you know, feel free to tell me how my audio is, how the camera looks, if something just looks funky that I can maybe fix, is the quality bad? Something like that, because again, I want to use these videos, I want to use OBS to progress in my future videos, things like League, Minecraft, whatever you might have subscribed for, I probably want to use OBS for it, because I'll just make the videos better. So, would you rather be a sports star or be a celebrated academic? That's an interesting one, actually, because if you're a sports star, there's a lot of good that comes with that, right? Obviously, you're probably good at a particular sport, or maybe you're good at several sports. It doesn't really say specifically. But be a celebrated academic, I'm assuming that means more like, you know, the people that go down in history for like inventing stuff or making theories and stuff like that. And not that sports stars can't go down and be known forever, depending on how well they are, but it doesn't say I'm like the best sports star. It just says a sports star. So it could just be like the bench warmer, but sports star. Like, you know my name because the camera's panned across the bench enough. You saw it on like the back of my jersey or something. This could actually be like I made a theory or something that people will use in school and then hate me for. And as such, okay, so it's either be almost irrelevant or be very hated throughout history. Let's see. I'm just gonna go with hated. Yeah, let's go with hated. Okay, so most people would be the sports star. I actually do think that one would probably be the better option in hindsight. I just went for like the lowest point for either and just saw that went. Let's see. Would you rather have a baby boy or have a baby girl? Now, honestly, if I was in this situation, I'm not entirely sure I'd care. I'd be more like, a baby is coming. Do we have like enough diapers? Do we have enough sleep already stored? Because when you have a baby, the thing about it, even if you don't have a baby, if you just ever had a baby in the house, you kind of sleep when they sleep. When they sleep, that's when you sleep. That's when you have to decide to sleep, because that's the only time you're really gonna get sleep. It just changes, right? You used to go to bed like 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. Now you go to bed 11 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. to 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. to 2:33 a.m. to 6 a.m. And it works kind of like that. So in this particular case, I actually really don't have a preference. I'll just say boy because I'm a boy, but there's a lot that could be debated there. Oh, okay, well, most people agree with me too, because I always choose the best answer, even if it's not most agreed with. Just ignore these numbers. Oh boy, would you rather have the ability to pull out your pockets? Oh no, my bad. Have the ability to pull out of your pockets the exact change needed for any purchase, or have the ability to discreetly read minds. Now, obviously being able to read minds would seem very cool, but we're talking about have the ability, you know, when you're at the front of a line, a very long and crowded packed line, you're freaking out because everybody's looking like, what's taking so long? I have 2 items, I could have went ahead of you. You know, you didn't even offer, that was rude. And then you're just like, oh no, but it'll be fine, I'll pay and I'll get out, and then you realize, oh, I gotta actually like count out change, I gotta count out dollars, I don't have a credit card for this particular store or whatever. And so it's, you know, it's like Christmas time, everybody's just like literally a line of people curving their heads at a distance, just looking at you like, oh, this guy over here, look at him, taking all day to do literally nothing, thanks a lot, buddy. That's actually a really underrated thing to be able to do. That said, I'm still going to be able to read minds, because I think that would just make my life easier. I'd be able to know what's coming. Yeah, yeah. Would you rather lose an eye and a hand, or lose a leg and an ear? Jeez, that's not good. Either way, I kind of need, well, here's the thing. In both scenarios, you're losing something you have at least 2 of. So that way you won't be like completely blind or completely, well, I take that back. If you lose a leg, running gets very hard, okay? And as someone that likes to run, I kind of really like my legs. I like my hands too, but I'm not like ambidextrous. So if I lost, say, the left hand, I still would have my right hand to be able to do most stuff with. I just probably wouldn't be able to help you carry in food and stuff unless it's pizza. In which case, that's you know, that's a one-handed job. And eye, however, I really like to see too, but I really would not want to lose an ear. I wish I could switch these up. Could I just like lose a hand and lose an ear, and then keep the eye and keep the leg? Because like my eyes are kind of all I've got. Everything else is really covered. All you really know me for at this point is my eyes. I can't lose an eye, but I don't want to lose a leg. So I'm gonna have to go with lose an eye and a hand. I just wear an eye patch. It's fine. Cool. I guess. So, would you rather be dissolved feet first in sulfuric acid, or have a mafia hit on your family? Well, that's just not good. And this is what I mean. They're not. You're gonna. Yeah. Ooh. Be dissolved feet first in sulfuric acid, or have a mafia hit on your family. Now, the second one doesn't get too specific, in which case it says, are you able to, you know, fight back or anything? Or what kind of hitting are we talking about? Are we talking about they're hitting on my family like in a video game, in which case they're like playing a fighting game and they're just getting beaten up all the time? Like, we have the worst luck ever if we're playing a fighting video game online or whatever, and we come across one of these mafia dudes. They'll just always win. Our luck just plummets in that instance. Could be on a winning streak for like 17 days. That 18th day is where it's done, because we just get absolutely bodied by any Mafia online player we come across. It doesn't really specify that, so that's the one I'm going to go with, and as such, having a Mafia hit on my family does not seem that bad now suddenly, does it? And as such, people agree with me. There we go. Perfect. See, I'm right. Except when I'm not, but that's never. Would you rather play Slender or play Amnesia? I feel like this one was created specifically for Markiplier. Thanks for, I've actually never played either of these. I've only seen people play these games with their Let's Plays and stuff. And honestly, Slender seems like it would be the less, I don't want to say less scarier one. I'm not trying to say Slender isn't scary for some people. I'm just saying the concept of Slender is you might not actually, if you are successful, even run into like the scary part of the Slender Man, right? Like with Amnesia, that might be different. I feel like it's a bit more varied in Amnesia, so if I don't feel like being scared or whatever, I'd probably just play Slender instead. But because no, you know what? Screw it. Amnesia. Let's go it. Yeah, more people would play Slender. I figured. Would you rather eat 50 celery sticks every day, or eat 50 Brussels sprouts every day? Remember what I said, sometimes these questions could be downright miserable? This is the prime example, pinnacle, of what I meant by that. So, celery sticks aren't necessarily gross. I just really only like celery sticks when I'm eating like spicy food or like wings or something like that. If I'm not, unless I'm also eating those every day, then I really probably don't want to touch celery sticks. And if I'm eating like 50 spicy wings every day, my diet is absolutely terrible and I'm just not going to feel good literally ever. Brussels sprouts, I'm not actually even sure if I've even had a Brussels sprout before. That'd be actually I don't know sometimes what I eat. I just kind of eat sometimes whatever the fast food people or whatever gets cooked and stuff, or whatever I make myself, but then I know I've never made a Brussels sprout. I'll go with the celery stick though, because I can still tolerate celery sticks. Like you get some ranch or something like that. Brussels sprouts, that's some unknown territory, and we fear the unknown. Let's just be real. Yeah, celery sticks. Let's see. Would you rather wear the same thing every day or never wear the same clothes twice? I'm gonna let my wallet tag in for this one, because honestly, I could wear now, it's not saying I can't wash it too. Like, you know, like, you might have a favorite outfit that you want to wear because of, you know, like 3 different things in the week are happening that you want to wear that outfit for. You can just wash it. That's what washers and dryers are for. That's why you can wear the same thing multiple days in a row. Just wash it in between. It's not saying I can't wash it. Well, never wearing the same clothes twice means I'm gonna have to keep buying new clothes like almost every week, if not every day. And unless you're also saying never wear the same clothes twice, oh, by the way, you'll just always magically have more clothes, or we're just always gonna give you more money to go buy new clothes. That's not really sustainable long term. That one, however, is wear the same thing every day. I got a hoodie that just works really well right now, and I've had it for many years because it just works. I think I'm gonna realistically go with the wear the same thing every day, because I can't do the never wear the same clothes twice thing. I'm like a cartoon character. You open up my closet, it's just the same outfit for every day of the week. There we go. But then they get washed. Wash your clothes. Would you rather go toe-to-toe with Michael Myers or try to take down Freddy Krueger? So, would I rather probably get murdered or probably get murdered? Because the thing about Freddy Krueger that I remember was he attacks you in your sleep, like in your dreams. In your dreams, if you're in control of it, you can do a bunch of cool stuff, right? Because it's the dream. So it's like, oh, hey, I can't fly in real life. I can fly now. See you later. I'm never going to have to see you again. You just fly away. In a nightmare, however, you don't get to do what you want. That's part of why it's called a nightmare. You don't got control. Freddy Krueger kind of owns that. But I'm also not a woman, nor... Let's see here. No, I was going to say no. I thought he had a vendetta against the people that burned him, but maybe that's not the case, so never mind, actually. Point being, going toe-to-toe with Michael Myers, he's not in your dreams, though. He's in real life. And in real life, even though I can't fly away, he ain't magic as far as I remember. So if I do, like, literally get on an airplane and fly away, unless he follows me, I'm gone. That's it. I'm ghost. You can terrorize the same local town all you want. I ain't ever going to see you again. So I'll go toe-to-toe with Michael Myers, a.k.a. just never actually cross paths with him. Freddy Krueger, I go to sleep everywhere. Like, wherever I am, I go to sleep eventually. That's not... Let's see, would you rather be I can't pronounce that name, I butchered that, from Crank, or be the Transporter? Now, if I recall, these are both played by Jason Statham. So, honestly, whichever one you pick, you're just saying, would you rather be Jason Statham? But in one situation, I believe his heart will stop beating if he doesn't keep himself... The reason it's called Crank, if I remember, is because he has like a battery attached to his heart after he got like hit by the mafia. And what he has to do is he has to keep the thing charged or he'll die. And in Transporter, meanwhile, he doesn't have the same stipulation. He just is... I'm going to be the Transporter then, because it doesn't seem like I'd have to do as much crazy stuff. Like, he has to keep his adrenaline up in Crank to be able to stay alive. And sometimes I just want to chill. It's been a long day. I want to kick back and just like eat a good meal, go to sleep with the itis. You can't experience and appreciate the itis if you're in Crank. Let's say the last one here. If you died, would you rather have your brain transplanted into a robot, have your brain transplanted into the opposite sex? Now, if I died, I don't think I really want my brain going anywhere, but I'm probably going to go with the robot one, because in that particular case, if I'm getting transplanted into a robot, it might still be me coming back to life, and then I'm a robot, and then I'm immortal, pretty much in terms of not aging, and then it's all good to go. Having my brain transplanted to the opposite sex, the problem there might be, it might actually be, oh, someone needs a brain transplant to live. You're not coming back to life, you're just saving their life, which is fine. I'm not against saving someone else's life, but in terms of the option of me not being dead, I think I like the idea of a robot. It doesn't say what kind of robot either. I could be a cool robot. I could be like an android or a cyborg or something. Like, that seems like, well, now that I spoke it out, it's like, oh, so you're against saving people's lives? You wouldn't donate your organs or something like that? Well, if I'm gone for good, there's no coming back. Like, if I get my brain transplanted into a robot, and it's like a Cyberman from like Doctor Who or something, then I'm gone either way. Then we're going with this one because I might save a life. But because this one doesn't say I would be dead forever, and I might come back to life, I'm going with this one. Also, if this is the one where it says you also come back to life, but you're just the opposite sex, well, then I'm still gonna probably die again because I'm being put back in a human body. This one, again, immortality. Hello. Yeah, that one. And most people disagree. Opposite sex. Well, okay. So anyway, that's Would You Rather. Hopefully I've done enough audio and stuff, and I've done enough for this video that you either if you're still here, hopefully you weren't sick of it, but also this is really for feedback for using OBS. Again, in the future, want to start using it for a bunch of stuff. It's a great recording software, but I gotta get stuff set up, so I gotta get, the lighting even if everything's perfect, but you're like, oh, it's a little bit dark, a little bit too light, something like that. We gotta figure it out now before I get into the more serious stuff. So thank you so much for watching this video if you did this far. I could do more of this also specifically in the future if you just want to see more of Would You Rather as well, but that's all for this video. So, I don't know which video will be next, because life be quite a mess. So until this time, take care, from the Fire Godai FS. Thank you for watching.